What makes it difficult to establish a healthcare professional's wrongdoing in a medical malpractice claim? Attorney Ralph Petty explains that. The difficult part of establishing a healthcare professional's wrongdoing is when it's a very technical and involved procedure. For example, surgeries such as spine surgery, in vitro surgery with a fetus, and other similar procedures are highly technical and intricate. When you get right down to what occurred and you start parsing exactly what the healthcare provider actually did, it becomes very difficult to identify when the healthcare provider diverted from the appropriate standard of care into the negligent delivery of that procedure. When it's very complicated, you can have experts of the same discipline who have performed hundreds of the same surgeries who will disagree on what occurred, what could have caused this result, and whether the occurrence is of or caused by a breach of the standard of care. In other words, that the standard of care, or the way the procedure was supposed to be done, was not provided in that way, in that method which caused the injury that the plaintiff complains of. It gets very technical, and you have experts argue back and forth about whether it's below the standard of care. What is the standard of care? And did this violate the standard of care? And that is very difficult. These cases are not easy. They are not for the faint of heart, and they can only be pursued and successfully completed when there are good experts that can establish and document an obvious or known breach of the standard of care. The gray area between the extreme of what is known, on the one end, and the obvious negligence on the lower end is very wide. In that gray area, the likelihood of the plaintiff losing is probably 80%. Call attorney Ralph Petty in Salt Lake City, Utah for a free strategy session today. The law office of Ralph C. Petty has been confidently and skillfully assisting clients with their legal needs since 1981 and is not afraid to fight for you no matter what it takes.